Hey, it's 6 p.m. It's time for MTM TV. MTM TV coming at you. This is fun. This is my, God, I don't know, third, fourth, fifth day in a row doing this. And every time I do it, it seems even more fun and awesome. And I'm also getting progressively more dressed up. Tonight I'm celebrating my roommate's birthday. So I'm going to be heading out to DC here in just a little bit and doing like, I don't know, I think we're going to like a drag queen bar. It's super awesome. It's called Nellie's if any of you are looking for fun places to go in Washington, D.C. So with no further ado, tonight we were talking about why people stay small, and it's the perfect backing to yesterday's conversation around being afraid of greatness and how I realized I was afraid of greatness via my romantic relationship and then took that lesson and applied it to what I was learning in my business and had this big aha moment. So, we can't talk about why people are afraid of greatness without talking about the opposite side, why people would even want to stay small. And before we hop into that, don't forget, we're here 6 p.m. every evening through December 14th, so you can catch me there. So, we want to talk about why we would sabotage greatness in our lives. And it may sound crazy that anyone would do that, but we do it all the time. People almost get that thing that they really want, and then they sabotage it. And what I want to do is first bring to light some of the things that we do to sabotage so that you know what it looks like. You can see it and name it. And as we go through these, if they resonate for you, please like it, heart it, comment below, oh my God, I totally do that. Like, I want to see all of that. And it's nothing to be ashamed of course. Everyone self-sabotages at different times for all different reasons, and just gaining more and more facility with it, recognizing when we're doing it and starting to practice not doing it and putting the accountability and rewards and support structures in place to make sure it doesn't happen. That's part of why I coach and part of what's made my life possible. So, ways that people self-sabotage. The first one, procrastination. Pushing off the things we know will take us to the next level. We've all done it. We've all been guilty of procrastination. It's something that we do. Number two, not taking care of yourself. So a great example is what happens when people work from home. Maybe you're a coach. You're looking to sell high-end packages, and yet you haven't taken a shower in 3 days. You're not going to be very high vibe. You're not going to be very excited. You're not going to attract the things that you want if you're not taking good care of yourself. Similarly, if there's a few days that I go without exercising, I notice that my energy levels drop, I'm not able to take care of myself, and it's a way of sabotaging the things that I really want to create. Number three, letting ourselves be caught in the how and not doing anything about it. So if you've ever found yourself asking, how do I do this? And then not doing anything about it, or researching vaguely and not finding the answers. If you ever find yourself saying like, I don't know how, and again, not doing anything to figure it out or not getting the support that you need to figure it out, that's what I'm talking about, getting caught in the how as a form of self-sabotage. Emotional overeating, that's another great one. So you're stressed, you eat, and then you're either sluggish, so you don't do the thing that you're going to do, or you spend all your energy beating yourself up for overeating instead of doing the thing that you've been avoiding to take you to the next level. Negative self-talk is another self-sabotage. Success, compassion, motivation, it all starts with you. And if you're talking to yourself in a negative way, insulting yourself, giving yourself criticism, it's another form of self-sabotage. And I could go on, and if there's one that I missed that you know is really present for you, please do share it below. It's great to have that list just so people can have those quick reference points. Another great one is not scheduling the things that you need to do. A lot of people know they won't do things unless they're in their calendar, and yet they never put them in their calendar. Seems a little funny, huh? And it's part of it too is that I even have a friend who we laugh because we say that her self-sabotage is going dumb. She's one of the most capable, badass women that I know, and yet when she gets confronted by something, she just gets confused. And her mind goes blank. And this amazing, competent woman suddenly, doesn't know what to do, gets caught in the how, doesn't put things in her calendar, and all of that. So, again, these are all forms of self-sabotage and ways that we sabotage our greatness. These may be things that we know we're doing, or they may actually be things that are in our subconscious. So again, that friend I have who's the powerful, capable woman who gets confused and discombobulated when she gets confronted, it's subconscious for her. It's something she couldn't see until a bunch of coaches reflected it to her. So why in the world do we do that? Why in the world did we procrastinate, get stuck in the how, do all of these things that sabotage us getting what we want? And the answer is that even if we don't like what's happening for us, it's still in some ways more comfortable because we know it. It's within our comfort zone. So if we think about all the things that we do on a regular basis, whether they're good for us or bad for us, they're all within our comfort zone. They're all things that we feel comfortable with. And sometimes doing things that are good for us, whether it's going to the gym or eating healthy for the whole week or taking that action in our business that we know is actually going to take us to the next level, it's still outside of our comfort zone. So even if on some level you can imagine that your future life would be awesome, there's still always a part of us that wants to stay safe because it's familiar for us. And just we're animals that want familiar safety. That is what we want. This is the same reason why it can be hard for someone who grew up in a dysfunctional family to go off and create a healthy relationships and a healthy family. It's because on some level, they're trying to recreate what they had in order to fix it. So it's interesting because this idea of patterning and the things that we're used to shows up not just in business, but also in our relationships and all across the board. So consider that your brain is consistently looking to recreate what you know, the patterns that have kept you relatively safe and successful so far, because if you're watching this video, you are safe and successful. You're a grown adult, you haven't killed yourself yet, you have enough money to buy a computer and purchase internet, you've signed up for Facebook, you're doing pretty good in the grand scheme of things. So it's just in our nature as human beings to want to protect that. So how in the world do we actually overcome the programming to stay safe, to continue to do the things that we know to do, that are comfortable, and to get out of that habit of not wanting to leave our comfort zone? So how in the world do we actually leave our comfort zone and undo that programming? Because it is programming, it's neuroscience. So what I want to do is share about the kind of support that I've created in my life for me, because as you can imagine, running two businesses, if I stay within that comfort zone, my businesses will fail because I've had these for 2 years. I didn't grow up in a family of entrepreneurs. When I started my businesses, my parents were both very alarmed because they had never owned businesses. It wasn't something they knew how to support me on. And if I stuck to what I'd know, I'd go back and get a day job, because it's what my parents know, it's what I knew, and I wouldn't take the action necessary to actually grow my business. So literally, I can pick up the phone at any hour of the day, and there are 14 people who can support me. 14 people who know exactly what I'm up to in my life, exactly what I'm creating, and can support me in the way that I need them to. So these include all of my coaching colleagues through Accomplishment Coaching who I work with, my boyfriend, my family, my immediate family, and also a few key friends. And in order to get that kind of support, I had to have my life on loudspeaker. People have to know what I'm up to. So I'm also a demand for support. I know that what I'm doing requires me to leave my comfort zone, and I know that leaving one's comfort zone is really uncomfortable. So rather than sit there and wait for someone to be like, hey, what do you need? Or, hey, I noticed you're not looking very high vibe today. How can I support you? I actually put my needs on loudspeaker and my fears on loudspeaker, and I actively create what I need rather than waiting for it to come to me. So there's a reason that I have 14 people I know I can call. It's that sometimes when I'm really challenged, I'll get on my phone and just call one right after the other until I get somebody on the phone that can actually support me in overcoming the fear, the resistance that I have to getting outside of my comfort zone. So the key to that is making sure that you are supported. And the more scary your goal is, or the more resistance you feel toward it, the more support you need. So if you're creating something huge in your life, you're going to need a lot of support. again, you can create it with friends, families, consultants, coaches, whatever. And here I've got 2 opportunities if you want to talk about more support. So again, you can create it in your own life. And if you're looking for outside support, 2 opportunities. 1, message me, we can talk about a coaching session. Or 2, message me and we can talk about my upcoming coaching and dancing trip to the Dominican Republic in February, which is designed to support people around their New Year's resolutions. So that's it for today. Again, just to recap, we talked about why people are actually more comfortable staying small, what I do to make sure that I'm supported enough to get outside of my comfort zone and take the action that I need to do, and also the things that you can do to get support, and even some support from me. So hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'll see you back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Have a great night.